my daughters are old enough to help me cook, so that's kind of fun. I love kind of like puttering around the kitchen with my daughters, so I'm looking forward to that.
This is our very special Thanksgiving cooking episode of Twin Cities Live. It's presented by our friends at Mystic Lake. You know, we all have these great traditions and these memories. My dad, I have to say, makes some mean mashed potatoes. They are kind of the star of the Thanksgiving table. But here's what he has to do. Get a serious workout in the kitchen right before we sit down to eat. He is crushing it with that masher.
I've tasted them. They taste great, but I am not interested in sweating. Our next cook wants you to avoid working up that sweat in your Thanksgiving best. Here with her recipe for Make-Ahead 3-cheese baked mashed potatoes, the co-owner of Cafe 421 in Dinkytown, Antigoni Sander.
Hi,
Tig.
Nice to see you. Good to be here.
Sounds good. How do we do this?
Yes, get her done.
You gotta start with potatoes.
Yes,
right?
you do.
And this is one of the crucial items on the Thanksgiving table.
Absolutely. People look forward to the mashed potatoes. Now, what kind of potato are you using?
I use a russet potato.
Okay.
These are going to give you your creamiest, smoothest potato.
Good.
How are you cutting these?
So slice it the long ways, please.
This is a raw one?
This is a raw one. Peel it like normal, rinse it off. Now put the flat side on the cutting board.
All right.
And then slice it across that way.
Like this? Okay, I can do that.
And then slice it into about 4 lines that way. So you get evenly shaped cubes.
And then it's probably not going to take as long to cook as if you're boiling full potatoes.
Exactly. So you're going to put those diced potatoes into a pot of cold, salted, very important, salted water, because this is going to be one of the opportunities to season your potatoes.
Now, cold, when you're putting pasta in, you're waiting till it boils and you throw it in.
Right. The reason for cold with potatoes is that they all start cooking at the same time. So the outside and the inside cook evenly.
Okay.
Because if you put it into hot boiling water, the outside will get soft and then the inside will still remain hard.
Rookie mistake, tater
There
makers.
we go, all right? So you get these in the water and you cook them for about 30 to 40 minutes until they're fork tender. And while you're doing that, for our triple cheese baked mashed potatoes, you prepare your cheeses.
Oh.
So I have...
I like the sound of triple cheese.
Triple
what cheeses are we working with today?
We are working with cream cheese,
Yes.
Parmesan cheese,
Wonderful.
and white cheddar
Bring
cheese.
it on.
Yay!
Wow. All right.
So we also have sour cream, half and half, and garlic infused melted
Anything else you
butter.
want to squeeze in here, Tim?
You know, I was making them, I'm like, they're really not that bad for you. It's a cup and a half of half and half and a stick and a half of butter. And then I was like, oh wait, but the cheese is in the sour cream.
Yeah.
I don't think
But
you
they're
missed
delicious.
a single dairy product that's available that comes out of a cow.
I mean, pretty much no ice cream.
No ice cream.
No ice cream.
Okay, that's good. So you've prepared the garlic and the butter.
Yep, melted it, heated this so that the cream and the butter are warm so they mix into your hot mashed potatoes nicely. You can mash the potatoes however you wish. You can use your sturdy potato masher, which I like. Some people love their ricer, and you can do that too. They get super fluffy and they look like kernels of rice.
Lori Kroll does that.
Yeah,
she
Lori
does.
It tastes great, but you gotta
totally
earn it.
vouches for that.
But you do not like the idea of using a mixer.
It over starches them and they get gluey and gummy.
Okay.
So if you're making a lot and you just can't imagine making 20 people's worth of mashed potatoes this way, do it, but be careful to not over agitate the potatoes.
Now, this is an interesting thing because you say you can make this actually really quite a few days ahead of time and have it ready if you're feeling like the pressure of mashing all on one day seems overwhelming.
Exactly, because I mean, this takes 3 burners to boil the potatoes, melt the butter, heat the cream.
Oh, boy.
So do that on Saturday before Thanksgiving. Put it in the fridge, put it in your 9x13 casserole. On Thanksgiving Day, take the bird out and put the potatoes in while the bird is resting, and you'll have bubbly, cheesy mashed potatoes.
Now, what's your trick with this cheese?
All right, so we've grated cheese at home, everybody, and it gets all over the cutting board and it's hard to collect.
Yeah.
So Steve, grab our block of cheddar here. I like to use this coarser, wide
right there, you see
hole
that?
on the box grater,
Okay.
and beneath here we have a piece of parchment paper. So grate onto your parchment, if you would
You
mind
want me to do
showing
side
us.
like this, or how to?
Up and down. I would go narrow side.
Like this?
Yes.
Oh,
And
really?
if you pop that cheese in the freezer for about 10 minutes, that makes it a little bit more firm so it doesn't get as melty in your hand while you're
that's
grating
nice and
it.
easy.
Good idea.
So once you've gotten through your block of cheese, if you want to lift the grater, you just pick up the parchment and you dump it in your bowl or right into the dish that you're making, and you don't have to worry about scooping it all up with your hands.
Okay, that's pretty
And
smart.
not collecting it all, which has happened to me a million times.
Now these will then bake and be all ready to go. And how do you get this kind of like crust on the top?
You know, I put them in the oven for about 30 minutes covered, or you can just put the cheese right on top and bake it for 30 to 40 minutes until it gets bubbly. And that's it. It's pretty simple. If you want it really dark, you can pop it under the broiler for a few minutes. But the heat does the work, and it's super yummy.
Here you
Topping it with
sit.
bacon?
Garnish it with bacon, right? Why not?
And I've got my own little crock of mashed potatoes. This is amazing.
You can totally do that if you have a smaller
Guys,
family.
seriously. Eat that stuff.
Oh man.
Wow.
Are you insane?
That's
What
delicious.
is happening here?
You know what? That's really great.
They're not bad. And you and I love mac and cheese. And I
love-
know you find that it holds a special place on the
yeah,
Thanksgiving
but you know what?
table.
I don't need mac and cheese if I have this at Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
This is the one thing that we were prepping for
about
this
that?
show, and Steve said, "I think this is the thing I'm going to make." What are you going to do?
Well, listen, I don't like to do work, but it tastes so good that I might just have to. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
You just get those kids peeling potatoes, you're fine.
Mary Jane Miller was doing some cooking before the break. Now she is at our tasting table with Ted Farrell. Hi guys, what do you think of that?
Hello. Oh, Tig, these are so good.
Oh my gosh.
Yum, rich and creamy, and oh, I can't believe you can make them a head like this.
Yay.
Every part of my Irish body is just completely satisfied at this point.
Okay.
And I know a spud or two.
Yeah, and really, I mean, this is over the top
One more.
fantastic.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you got to just keep going. I mean, I knew you were good, but I didn't know you were that good, Tig. That's great. Our audience is trying Tig's 3-cheese mashed potatoes as well. I think that they're loving it. You guys happy? You're loving it? I'm so glad. So you can find Tig's recipe for make-ahead 3-cheese baked mashed potatoes on our website. Just click on food. You're also going to find a link to her restaurant, Cafe 421 in Dinkytown. You can call ahead to have them whip up side dishes for your holiday table. Will you do this one, Tig?
Yes, we sure
You
will.
might have to.
Oh man.
Cafe 421 also does catering for all sorts of parties. I've had them cater just about every party that hasn't been involved in my life, including my wedding.
Yay.
That was great. That was real good.